a day at a time.
Yep.
And we are live. Hello, everybody.
Like it or not.
Hello, my ninjas. Don't blame the Bigfoot.
Right. No, don't blame the Bigfoot ever.
Don't blame the Bigfoot.
No. Never blame the squad.
We got Joe Pass, the squatchin cowboy.
Yeehaw!
That's right.
Rah!
Without
Without your hat. Well, let's see who's in the chat room. Let's see. Chris Jarvis, Detroit Daniel, Squatchaholic, our moderator. Mark Dodman.
Yay, Mark.
Butch Grimes. Sharon Guy.
Cashew, Gissen, Tight. Sorry if I butchered your name, but
Gesundheit.
glad you're here.
That's Cashew
Glad you're here,
Gesundheit.
Cashew.
Robin Griffin.
They call me the butcher.
Mark Dodman.
Hey, Mark Dodman's my buddy from down in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good day, mate.
Well,
We got a Yowie in the house.
Yeah.
Good day, mate. I love the Australians. I used to work at the airport. Let me tell you, I met some very nice people from Australia, and I asked them what they call candies. They call them lollies.
Yeah.
Lollies?
Yep.
Lollies, like lollipop. They call them lollies.
Oh,
You know what lemonade is?
What?
Or you know what they call 7-Up in Australia?
What?
Lemonade.
Lemonade?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they don't
Hey,
have
but it does
7-Up.
look
They
like-
call it lemonade.
Oh,
Weird.
that's
Yes, I'm doing
But-
good. Thank you, Mark. I'm feeling a lot better.
I have a friend from Adelaide, from Australia, named Grant, and he's like 6'6",
Jesus.
and I nicknamed him Yowie. So I go through my phone and my contacts in my phone, Yowie. It's funny.
There was a guy on this video. He was 6'9".
Wow.
This one guy.
Woo!
I was like, wow, that's huge. He was way over his Suburban. I'm like, what in the world? 6'9", that's huge.
Yeah.
My cousin was 7 foot.
That's tall. That's like,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay, so we're sure that all of these tall people that we know are not running around the woods in the costumes, right?
No.
They better not.
Okay.
No, my
My
cousin passed away, so he's not here no more.
You want to come down here? Come on.
Okay, we got Judy. What's up, Judy? We got Susan, and we got Bigfoot Michigan Rob in the house. Johnny Half.
Hey,
Oh, D.
Lady in the woods.
Hello, D.
Hi, D. How are you?
Did you get your house together yet?
Chris
What's
Jarvis.
up, Pat?
Blue-eyed Northern.
That's Pat.
Yep.
Not
All
bad.
right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we have
She
the
has
wonderful Squatchin Cowboy
I don't know
on the
about
screen with us.
I don't know about wonderful.
Well,
Hey,
yeah, you know,
the fantastic.
until you prove us otherwise, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
you're going to be called that now. You're wonderful.
Yeah.
The wonderful.
So this is
Everybody's gonna be calling me the wonderful squatting cowboy.
Yeah.
you're gonna have
The
to add
wonderful.
that to your title now. Yeah. Yeah. But glad you can join us. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
So-
short notice too, because I was begging. I was like, "Who do I ask?" All the podcasters said Joe Pass.
Oh,
He's the one. Yeah, I asked so many people from other podcasts, and they're all, "Thank you for coming to us. You know what? We recommend Joe Pass." I'm like, keep going.
Come highly recommended.
Yeah, you
Wayne
did.
from Manimal Research messaged me and told me you wanted me on me. At the time, I couldn't get on, but
Yeah, he's the only one that got a hold of you. That's why.
he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is a good guy. Yeah, he
Yeah.
went out of his way to find me somebody, so that was cool.
Yeah.
So, and I think we're gonna have him. Well, no, I guess no, we're not, because you know what? He goes at the same time we do. So
That's right.
I tried to get him on here, but he said, well, we have the same time. So, but he says, you can come on my show if you want. I'm like, because he does it on Thursdays too, right?
Yeah,
He
he
does
does. I think he does Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. So
Thank-
I'll be doing a show on there on Thursday.
Nice. Nice.
You know.
So Joe, This is the question, the big question we ask all of our guests.
Are you married? Just joking.
Yes. And she's
Just
sitting right over
joking.
there.
Okay.
So,
All right. What's the question?
what got you into the topic of Bigfoot? Like Christy, it was a movie when she was growing up.
Yeah.
Me, it was sheer curiosity. Lewis was
My uncle.
his uncle. You know, what got you into this whole Bigfoot
Well,
phenomenon?
just like most people, it's the P&G film. But I didn't see the P&G film when it came out. I was too busy playing in the woods and causing trouble. And I think it was about 71 or 72 before I even watched it. And I said, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Up there in Washington, they have one Bigfoot. I thought that's all it was.
Bigfoot.
And then just a couple of years later, I think The Legend of Bucket Creek came out in 74, I think it was. And I'm like, Arkansas? there's one of those things in Arkansas? Arkansas is right here next door. That can't be right. There's 2 Bigfoot out there.
There's 2.
Well,
And boy,
I think it's been
and
there's a lot more out there than just 2 now.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I started getting into rodeo and stuff like that, and girls and dating and sports, and then I got married and had kids, and then the kids came along, and it was sports for them, and I went into truck driving, and 30 years later I retired, which I'm retired now, and I've always believed in Bigfoot, and now I just got time to go out and spend my time out in the woods.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I try to go at least twice a month. But people don't understand. We just don't, it costs money to go out there and travel. And, the place I go in Oklahoma is 5 hours from me.
Good grief.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
hours.
I mean, that's just not a day trip.
Yeah.
It's you're going to go out there, you're going to drive 5 hours, you're going to stay
That's
the
a weekend. Yeah.
You know what I
When
mean?
we go up there, we usually stay 3 to 4 days up there.
Right.
Oh, okay. That makes it worth it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the place we go is a friend of mine's, Keith and Sabrina Bethel, and they've got 3,000 privately owned acres up there, and they only lease it out during deer season, which is like 3 weeks up there around December, and the rest of the time there's nobody on that 3,000 acres, and we got access to all of it, and that's where we've had the most activity. We've had the most activity right there. That's why we keep going back.
Oh, that's cool.
And the guy that owns it, Keith, he messaged me. He was watching my videos and messaged me and told me that he had a sighting up there when he was a kid. And he's been hearing some strange things and whatever, And he told me, he said, man, you need to come on up there and check this out. So that's what we did. And we've been up there 4 times.
Wow.
4 times since we've been up there, we've had activity.
What was your scariest moment up there to you?
I'm not going to say scariest. It was the wood knocks, I think, because, let me go back, and when we first got up there that night, that evening, it was late, Kenny went out to set out a trail cam down this creek behind our tent, and I was setting up the tent, and when Kenny came back, it was just about dark, and I jumped on the side-by-side and went down to get some firewood. And I picked up a cedar stick and I broke it, and I heard this boom, boom, boom. It was something walking in the woods. And I had one of those stupid little mag light looking things that sound about 10 feet.
Yeah.
Shine just enough to get your imagination going, huh?
Yeah.
And I shot out in the woods and I couldn't see nothing. And I'm like, man, if this is a Bigfoot, he just stopped and turned around looking at me. So I jumped back in the side-by-side, and I hightailed it back to camp. And Kenny says, what's wrong? And I told him, he goes, man, it's strange because when I was putting up that trail cam, he said, I didn't want to say nothing about it. Kenny was a skeptic until that night. He believed in Bigfoot, but, he wasn't sure. He was on the fence, And he says, when I was putting up the trail cam, I heard something about 9 steps take out running through the brush and breaking limbs and stuff. And come to find out, where he set the trail cam was just up the creek from where I was picking up wood. So we think whatever that was traveled down the creek to where I was picking up the wood. And then later on that night, it was just eerily quiet. I mean, it was just crazy quiet. I mean, no bugs and crickets or nothing. And I told Keith, I'm just going to do a howl, maybe get the coyotes going, you know. So sure enough, I did a howl, big old long howl, and sure enough, the coyotes started howling back and was like, yeah, man, I just got some coyotes. And then it died down about 15 minutes. And then this is where it gets weird because something about between 75 and 100 yards from us howled, and it sounded exactly like what I did. And then the coyotes go off, and then about 20 minutes later, when we heard the tree knocks, we heard 4 real slow, heavy tree knocks. And whatever it was hitting a big tree. It was a live limb because, you know, you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
When you hit a dead tree, it makes a different sound. This sounded like a baseball bat, and it was like maybe 100 yards from us. Did 4 slow hits, and then paused for a couple of seconds, and then did 4 more, and then paused for a couple of seconds and did 2.
Wow.
And me and Kenny, my jaw's sitting on the ground, and Kenny's sitting in the chair, and he's got one of those little recorders, you know, digital recorders, and he's trying to figure out how to get that thing on.
He's all panicking. He's like,
he was panicking trying to hit the buttons. So we didn't get to record anything. And after that, it just went deadly quiet the rest of the night.
That's how it usually happens too. It's pretty active at the beginning, and then it just kind of fades away. You know, I'm not going to say I was scared. Yeah.
But it really surprised me. And we didn't sleep the rest of the night. We slept the rest of the night trying to debunk it.
Yeah.
And we only came up with one thing that could have been a human or a Bigfoot, and there was nobody around there for miles. The next day we went traveling all around. I mean, we searched like a fine-tooth comb going through there. And it's all rock up there, so you're not going to find any tracks.
Yeah.
And we searched there where there's no sign of humans been up there, you know, because usually when people come up there, they're going to leave a water bottle laying on the ground or something, you know, or fire pit, something. There was nothing anyway.
Wow.
And we searched all the rest of the day, that whole area, nothing.
You know, there's something about the coyotes. It's like the coyotes know about them, because obviously a Bigfoot howl sounds absolutely nothing like a coyote howl.
Right.
But when you do one, the coyotes start going nuts.
Yeah.
So I think when they hear that, the coyotes they're not howling back at you. They're howling at each other to say, okay, there's one in the area, everyone run.
Right.
You know? I don't think the Bigfoot are gonna mess or screw with the coyotes because they're pretty nasty critters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way they smell, you can't eat them. I mean, you know, I mean, they stink to high heaven when you freaking gut them.
Yeah.
They're absolutely putrid, you know? So I don't think I think definitely the coyotes know to stay away from them, you know? But it's just odd because you hear that same thing come from many, many, many different people. I did a howl and the coyotes just went nuts. You know what I mean?
And we was excited about getting the coyotes to holler.
Right. Right.
You're all, I'm good with this.
and then all that happened. And then the next time we went up there, like I say, we get stuff every time we go up there. It had been raining all day, so we really couldn't get out. We stuck in Keith let us use his little deer cabin up there, which is awful nice of him. He's a super sweet guy, man. He's just like part of the family. He didn't even know us and let us use it side by side and let us go on his land. And
wow, that's cool.
And we finally stopped racing. We went out and built a little fire, and it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We started, so we call it night because we ain't gonna get nothing. And then to the east of us, we heard this big roar, and we just looked at each other. And then just like 15 or 20 seconds, we hear this woo.
You're like, oh, where's the car keys?
A reply. Yeah. Lewis would say, "Where's the car keys?" I'd be like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
when we heard the tree knocks, we was about to leave. About to leave because it was so close to us.
Yeah.
Loud. It was vibrating. You could feel it vibrating. It was hitting this tree so hard.
Yeah.
And then I got up and went over and tried to collect some rocks because I couldn't find a tree limb. Because you pick a dead tree limb, every time you hit a tree, it just shatters.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I mean, people don't understand that. Yeah, Bigfoot do knocks, but they take a limb, they break a limb off of a living tree. If you were to go out in the woods and try and find a limb on the ground and beat a tree with it, it's like hitting a wet noodle.
Yeah.
It just destroys itself. You're not gonna find a solid enough limb on the ground to beat against a tree. So it's so hard to do that, And
then one of the times we was up there, it's in my video. I was walking back and I come across this creek, and I was just, I was always saying it always follows the creeks.
Oh yeah.
So I was looking around the creek. Like I said, this is way back out in the woods now, and I come across the creek. I just happened to look down, and there was a footprint about the size of my hand there. And I just got this brand new Canon T3i camera, and I didn't know all the bells and whistles on it. Still don't. And I thought I was taking pictures of it, which I didn't take any pictures of, but you can see the footprint in the video. I didn't get no pictures of it. And then I walked on around, and I found like 3 more little bitty ones, but they wasn't quite as good as that first one. Yeah. So then I walked on down a little ways, and I didn't hear it at the time, but my wife found it in the video. I hear something, and I turn around real slow. I thought it was a deer. I was going to try to get a deer. And I didn't see anything, but in the video, when my wife got, there was a growl.
Oh my gosh!
And it probably wasn't maybe 10 yards from me.
Wow!
And I didn't see nothing. But it was. She found it. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Now Keith told me that there's bear that hibernate back up in there, so it could have been a bear, but I can't say it was a bear because it might have been a bear.
Yeah,
you can definitely tell the difference between a bear and a Bigfoot growl.
Well, this was just like a rock. That's all you can hear. Rock.
Yeah, and on video, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
it's different than what you would hear in person. So it would be hard to even say what it was.
The camera doesn't justify video, and it doesn't justify sound at all.
It's justify. I took pictures of my print that I found down Sabine River bottoms, and the picture does it.
Yeah, you just lose so much detail.
Yeah, it's hard to see it through a picture. And how big was it? About 6 inches, or
the one I found in Oklahoma? It was about the size of 6 or 7 inches long. Yeah,
it's about 7.
And
was it toes divergent like that?
I really.
Or spread out.
I would say like the big toe was out a little bit further than the rest of them, but I can't really say. But it was, I couldn't have cast it because the footprint was in the mud in the creek. Water running over the top of it.
Oh yeah.
And so because the creek ran down like this, and where I found the other 3, they were underwater too. But you can see them because, like I said, it's mostly rock up there.
And what time of the year was that?
Huh?
What time of the year was that? So
it was. We went the day after Christmas.
So it's winter, around the winter time. So it wouldn't be no kid out there barefooted. So that tells you a whole lot.
They don't have kids.
Yeah.
They don't have young kids.
Yeah. So it would be pretty freezing in the water for some kid to go out there. That wouldn't be happening. So you can rule out that.
The one thing I've noticed in northern Idaho at my father-in-law's property, the most activity happens in October, November, and December.
Right.
Rest of the time, I know they're there, but they're just chilling out. You know what I mean? But yeah, we always try and get up there during those months.
And the Sabine River bombs, you learn something every day.
Yeah.
I went out. We was down Sabine River bottoms, and I went out without my backpack.
Not a good idea.
Without my casting material, I just went out the camera, and sure enough, I walk up on. I see something on the side of a hill. The hill goes up and kind of levels off and goes back up. And I see something on the side of the hill, looked like it slid. So I walked over and looked. It looked like a footprint, because it flooded down there the week before, and you can sit in the video where all the mud is because all the trees and everything, Something stepped there and slipped, and then with this, I'm thinking it was the right foot stepped up on that level part, and then stepped up on the hill and slipped again. And the one in the video is the one that's on the level part, and it was so muddy out there that the print on the right side of it, you can see it in the video, the mud had caved in on it a little bit.
Mm.
So
What's the name of that video?
Sabine River Bottoms.
Okay.
Bigfoot and Sabine River Bottoms.
Hey, Lewis, didn't you find a slide too at one point in your area, like in the leaves?
Yeah, it was when my dogs were with me and they started smelling the tracks. When I was looking over to the left, I found a footprint, and then a toe slide. Their toes were stiff and they slid down like that and left a slide. And then I found, 7 tracks after that, 17-inch footprints.
Well, this looked like when the slide, you couldn't see the toes. It looked like it was like the side of the foot, and it just slid down.
Oh, yeah.
But the one up on the level parts, like I said, the one I got on the video. And like I said, I forgot my casting material, and we went back the week after that and leave it up to the good old hogs to mess up my track.
Yep, they do that too.
Hogs were right through there. Oh, hi, Sharon. Scary, I've seen a thing with Sabine River Bottoms. I don't guess I've ever seen anything really scary. I'd say the footprints wasn't scary. That's about all I've had. Maybe some calls, but since I looked up this Bobcat video of Bobcat sounds, which I've posted, it very well could have been a Bobcat.
Yeah, those bobcats make some pretty crazy sounds.
Man, crazy.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Mountain lions too, cougars.
Yeah,
they scream. It sounds like a woman screaming in a horror film. You know what I mean?
When the wife and I were camping on Lake Hugo in Oklahoma, that night we heard something. I mean, I can't really describe it. Something like a seal that had lost its mama and it was crying, and it was lonely and depressed, and it just went on for about 5 or 6 minutes, just this calling, And then we got home and my wife looked up, found Bobcat calls like this, and by golly, there it was. That Bobcat was making that sound.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we said, "Man, there's a Bigfoot out there,
Mama Bobcat
That's
finally
crazy.
said, "You know what? You're big enough. I'm out." Baby said, "I'm not big enough. You need to come back." And she's like, "No, you'll be all right." Yeah. That's crazy. So what do you have you had any sightings out there?
No sightings. I've never seen them. Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
You've probably been a lot closer to one than you think.
Oh, I think I have.
You're only 10 yards or 10 yards, right? From one already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Well, when we was in Adair County, we heard the story about the white Bigfoot up in Adair County, Oklahoma, which is north of where we usually go. And the wife and I hiked up the side of this mountain, and she was messing with this mockingbird. Her and this mockingbird were going back and forth with each other. And we walked up the hill. This mockingbird was following us, her. And all of a sudden, boom, like they shut the lights off. No birds, nothing.
Wow.
And boom, right through all these briars. The briars go down like this and go off a hill. Through the briars, something went off down the hill. Didn't see it. But then we walked on down, I don't know, 30, 40 yards. Birds start singing again.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that day, the weirdest thing that happened to us that day is I pulled 37 ticks off of me.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Wow.
That's yeah.
Wow. That's yeah.
That place was infested with ticks.
I hate those things, man. They bit me one right here. I woke up, it was fat. I pulled it out, and he ate all the meat underneath the skin. You could see how thick my skin was, and there was nothing underneath it.
They gross me out too, man. And they get on you, and you don't even feel them crawling on you. I don't know how they do that.
Yeah. Yep.
What does projecting ultrasound mean? I don't exactly understand that question, but basically, ultrasound is a very low frequency noise that we can't hear with our human ears, but it still affects our brain and our body. And they have been known to use ultrasound. Tigers use ultrasound.
Infrasound.
Infrasound, yes, infrasound. Elephants use it. Lions use it. You know, when you start getting into the animal world, there's some pretty crazy animals out there, like the duck-billed platypus. As funny as it sounds, they're an amazing animal because the way they hunt their food is they are able to sense the minute electronic pulses that their prey's muscles put off. So they're able to sense electricity that our muscles and our nerves put off. That's how they hunt. It's pretty amazing. So, I mean, if a small platypus can do that, lions and elephants and tigers and stuff like that can use infrasound. Who knows the extent of their abilities when you're talking about something that big and that massive and that ancient? You know what I mean? So, I mean, they've learned to survive for who knows how many years without technology. You know what I mean? And who knows what they've adapted to out there in the woods.
You got a question?
Yeah, another thing with the infrasound is it's a way of them letting you know that you're too close to whatever it is. They will throw that infrasound at you and make you sick. If you're too close to their family unit, their children, hunting ground, whatever it may be, you don't want to get hit by that.
I put a game camera out in one area and experienced severe memory loss, and only a portion of my memory. Like, I could replay this whole thing in my head. I know where I went. I know where I put the camera. I could picture where I put the camera, but there was one section of my memory that was just gone. And I went back like 5 weeks later. I had to rewatch my own videos to figure out what I did, and it all came back to me. And I went back there, and that particular part of my memory was barricaded, big logs, all the way up, like a jungle gym.
I don't know if that happened to me or not, but when we was down by Toledo Bend, I walked out in the woods and I started smelling something that didn't smell like what everybody says a Bigfoot smells like. I ain't gonna say what it smells like. But shortly after that, I got real dizzy, man, and
that's infrasound.
Yep.
Heart was fluttering and stuff, and I just said, man, I gotta make it back to the truck, and I didn't know where the truck was. I was like,
yeah, that's infrasound.
Finally, I came up on the road and I could see the truck. So that was weird. That just freaked me out when that happened.
Yeah, I experienced that also and stuff when I was trying to go back and retrieve my camera. Got into one point and I didn't know where I was. Everything looked the same. And it got to a point to where it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be another number on the 411. I need to start I just need to go back. I just need to go. This is done. We're done. And once I did that, everything kind of came back to me. Oh, I need to go up here and go right. You know what I mean? But, you know, they know. They know. You know, they can mess with your mind. That's for sure.
Yes.
So, absolutely.
And then one time when I was up in Lake Hugo, we went out in the woods, and man, I mean, I was walking way back in the woods, and I just started freaking out and just felt like something was telling me I should not be there. And I listened to him. I got the heck out of there.
Yeah. We found some structures during the day, and during the day we were just there. You know what I mean? Huge, massive structures made of massive logs. They were all broken. There was no axes, no chainsaws. We were just there. The whole atmosphere was like, oh, look what we found. You know, we were just there. We went back that night. Yeah, we shouldn't have gone back at night because the whole atmosphere was just like, we don't belong here. We shouldn't be here. We need to leave. And the longer we stayed, the worse the feeling got. Yeah, and it finally got to a point to where I'd tell my friend, hey, no, we're done here. We need to go now. We need to go now.
I was actually unsettled by this feeling that I had that I don't know if it was the hogs or a cougar or a Bigfoot, but I don't know. But I just felt that I needed to get out of there, and I did.
That's probably the best choice too.
Yeah, it's the old hunter rule of thumb. If it doesn't feel right,
yeah,
you know, that's basically it. I mean, that's been the number one rule of thumb for hunters for hundreds of years. If it just doesn't feel right, leave. Come back another day.
Lady in the Woods, it was southeast Oklahoma near Tallahena, which is about 20 miles northwest of Anobi. I say that I always say it wrong, and everybody gets on to me. It's Hanobi, but it's spelled Hanobia, but it's Hanobi.
When you guys go out, what kind of equipment do you guys usually take, or is it just you guys just go out with like the voice recorder and
voice recorders? You know, we do the trail camps too, and everybody says, you know, you're never going to catch a Bigfoot on a trail cam because the infrared. Well, the one I got is not infrared; it's just the old flash camera.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you've seen it. I got a picture of something set off the trail cam, and it was like about 25 or 30 yards away. And I posted the picture before. But anyway, the cameras, we always load up on cameras, make sure we have enough cameras and batteries.
Yeah, batteries, yeah.
Which, you know, we learn as we go on this, because at first, when me and King first went out, we spent 6 days in the Three Rivers Wildlife Management Area, which is right by Hanobi. I don't know if you know what Hanobi is, but Hanobi is the area.
Yeah, they have don't they have a big Bigfoot festival gathering every year?
And that's where the slaughter of Bigfoot supposedly happened in back in the 1800s or whatever it was.
Right.
A lot of activity up there. A lot of people seen Bigfoots around there.
Oh, I bet.
But, you know, when we go out, we don't go out all camoed out, you know, and we go out like we're just hikers and campers, and you know, now Kenny will sing, which particularly
that's how I go out too. I just go out regular clothes. Oh boy, look at that.
You know, the way I feel about camo is that who goes in the woods all camoed out? Hunters.
Yep.
And what do hunters have? Guns.
Yeah.
So I think of a Bigfoot, see somebody all camoed out, they're going to associate that with a hunter and have a gun.
Yeah, and then leave.
Hightail it out of them.
Yep.
Well, we just go like bird watching or something, you know?
Have you ever come up with, like, on your trail camera, come up with any kind of like digital patterns on like there should be a picture there, but it's all digitaled out, like checkers or black screen or
pixelated?
Yes.
Yeah, I get a lot of that too. I know it's them because it never does it anywhere else, but that spot.
And people say you're not going to get one on a Bigfoot, but one of these days, that Bigfoot's going to slip up, and I want to be ready.
Yeah, it doesn't mean stop trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not going to get anything if you don't
Plus,
try.
you get to see the other animals that are in that area.
Right.
One of my videos, I got trail cam pictures of a coyote walking down a trail, and he's showing me what he thinks of my video. He's taking a dump right there in front of the camera.
It's like he did it on purpose. He knows the camera's there, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, I got something for you to watch.
Yeah, check this out."
You know,
Then I got a picture of a bobcat walking down the trail carrying a squirrel in his mouth.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I mean, just stuff like that's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty
Something
cool. I never seen one doing that.
you know what they say? You know, the infrared on the cameras. Oh well, the animals can't see it. BS.
They can.
You know how many pictures of deer I have from my trail cam, and they're staring right at the camera.
They come right up to the camera when it comes on. They'll walk right up to the camera, stick their nose on the camera lens.
Yeah, they know exactly where it's at. Yeah, the bobcat they do that too with mine. They look back at it when it takes the picture. If they're looking right at it, I'm like, whatever.
Kevin, your dog looks just like you.
Yeah.
You put a pair of glasses on him.
Yeah, he's seen Bigfoot. He's seen Bigfoot tapping on the window.
Oh, that's not the one. That's the one that went to sleep with you.
Yeah, this is Monkey.
Guy.
That's Monkey. He's cute.
Yeah.
We got eyewitness right here.
What kind of dog is that?
He's a Brussels Griffin.
A Brussels Griffin.
Yeah, when we first got him, his hair he doesn't shed, so his fur and stuff just gets all crazy looking. And we used to take him everywhere with us when he was little, and we'd take him to the grocery store, and I'd sit outside with him, and people would be, "Oh my God, what kind of dog is that?" And it'd be, "Oh, it's a new breed from Germany. It's a miniature werewolf." And I would have people going, "Are you serious?" And then they'd be backing up as I say this. You know what I mean? "Oh no, he's fine. He's been domesticated. He's cool." And you know, all the aggression's been bred out of him already. Took him like 30 years to breed it all out and stuff, but this is what we got: miniature werewolf. Funny. But yeah, he's getting old. He's 14 now.
Wow.
And but he's seen Bigfoot, that's for sure, tapping on the window in Idaho, huh, buddy? You didn't like that. No. He didn't like it one bit. This dog has never slept in bed with us a day in his life. Always sleeps in his own bed on the floor. And after the tapping on the window, he was not taking no for an answer. He was right between me and my wife in bed every night until we left my father-in-law's property. So he saw what was tapping on the window, and he didn't like it. So, yeah. All right, you're heavy and you're fat. I need to put you down.
Okay, Joe, next question about the tree structures.
Oh, boy.
You know I was going to come up with that one. So why you don't think that they do tree structures?
No, I don't. I didn't say I don't think they did it. A Bigfoot could have done it, but I don't know. In my opinion, I can't say that a Bigfoot did that because I didn't say it. I didn't say he didn't do it. It could have been a Bigfoot, but I didn't see it. So I can't say a Bigfoot did it.
Yeah, it takes thumbs, and if a human were to do a structure, they're going to use a chainsaw or an axe, and there's going to be obvious evidence of it. But at the same time, Joe, until someone posts a video of a Bigfoot building one, it's just going to be a big question mark.
Here's a good reference for you. If you go look at Bigfoot World Radio, Duke's one of his videos has big tree structures, 2 trees on each side are broke off. That shows, and they showed a footprint right by the tree.
Well, those structures that Justin shows up in Mountain Beast Mysteries up in Nordic,
Mm-hmm.
man, you can't hardly deny that. Whatever made that was pretty amazing, man. Whatever did it.
Had to have been, yeah. That's crazy.
But
I don't know. I never get to see those.
People know these so-called structures or nests or something, and they're like 4 foot tall and about 6 feet long. There's only one way in. I just can't see a Bigfoot building something like that with one way in without another way to get out if somebody came up. I mean,
well,
I've
seen videos on here that people were making structures to mimic Bigfoot structures to see what the Bigfoots would do with their structures. So you can hardly tell who's making the structures anymore. Unless they're
the Mountain Beast Mysteries, Ken Walker, the guy that did Big Fur, made the big old statue of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
They wanted to see if they could build one of them structures. And they did. And they left it there. So what, the next person comes along is going to say, look at that, a Bigfoot structure, but it was made by Ken Walker.
Oh. Yeah, that's what, and a lot of people are doing that nowadays just to see what the Bigfoots would do. So it's really hard to say, unless because the Bigfoots, when they build something, it's kind of off. They don't do it in order and neatness. They just do it random. And it's hard.
I'm not saying Bigfoot didn't do them.
Okay.
I'm not saying Bigfoot didn't do them. I didn't see it.
Right.
Could have been. But I said, it could have been Ken Walker building them.
Yeah, you never know.
If he's all over the place, that would be amazing.
1,000 Ken Walkers out there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
It'd be almost like Bigfoot.
Exactly.
We'll be looking for him instead of Bigfoot now.
Yeah. Take a picture of the elusive Ken Walker.
I mean, Duke's comment, humans are not making the 6-story tall structures we find here in Montana. And I have to agree, you know what I mean? Same thing in Colorado. A human is not going to lift a 150 foot long, 20-inch diameter log way up in a tree. You know what I mean?
I live in Montana too.
Without heavy equipment, and that heavy equipment's going to leave evidence, big time evidence. You know what I mean? And
but also in Mountain Beast Mysteries, Justin comes across, I forget where he was up there, but he came across tons of trees that were knocked down, and some of them were like built around in a circle and everything. And I mean, there's just tons of trees broke down. And come to find out, it was an avalanche come down and knocked all those trees down. So, I'm not saying Bigfoot don't do it, but. And then he was talking about how he used to. I see Duke saying that. Then he was talking about that when they were building those logging roads, those people would come down with those machines that had the big old clamps on them. Yeah,
the tree fellers.
Yeah, and they would either stick them trees in upside down, or they would stack them up in one part, like Leon from Bigfoot Okanagan. He says that the forestry put those logs up there for the bears to nest in or hibernate in. I just watched that video today.
Yeah,
they're probably 18 foot tall.
Right, the eagles and the condors and stuff like that to nest in. Yeah, I've heard of that too.
The one Leon showed was just like a teepee, and it was about 18 foot tall, 18 to 20 foot tall. And he said the forestry company people did that for the bears to get in. So, and you can walk right up on it and say, God almighty, look at this. But I'm not saying Bigfoot can't do it. I'm just
giving you a hard time. You know that.
I know, Christy. I know.
I love you. You're an awesome person. You're an awesome researcher.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are. I've seen a lot of your videos, and they're pretty good.
A lot or all of them?
No, I didn't watch all of them. I don't really have time to sit there and watch everybody's video. I got so much going on. By the time I get off work, come here and take care of my mom.
Well, so it's go watch my latest one. You'll see I dance in it.
What?
Yes, Tom. Yes, Tom.
All right, that's it. We're putting it on.
Yes, Tom Ball, it is Sasquatch.
He dances in.
It's just a short video of some stuff that I got for my birthday.
Yeah, you said you got a drone, right?
A drone and some walkie-talkies that have Bluetooth capability. They hook up to your cell phone.
Really?
You don't have to have a cell phone signal as long as you have Bluetooth, and one walkie-talkie can track the other one. So if I'm out in the woods somewhere and I fall and kill myself or something like that, all my wife has to do is click on that. She can go directly where that walkie-talkie is.
Nice.
Yep.
It's like a little GPS thing on it.
That's cool.
I had bought a FLIR from Lewis here, and
that's out of my price range.
It's out of my price range too, but unfortunately, Lewis made it to a point to where I couldn't pass it up.
Made you an offer you couldn't.
And after being out in the field with it one time, I don't know if it's such a good thing to have with you. You don't need to see what's around you out in the dark. You know what I mean? So,
we've got some of those night vision glasses, like binoculars,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, if you ever use them, they don't have stabilizers in them, and it's harder than heck to walk in the dark with these things up around your eye, and you're walking and trying to see around. You can see me in some of the videos. I'm tripping over limbs and falling, and I do a lot of falling in my videos. I should take those.
I got a FLIR from my camera, from my cell phone, and it works pretty good.
He's going to put it up there. Back it up, you'll see me clogging. And it's a song called Reuben's Train.
Yeah, Christy, I heard those the FLIR things for the camera.
For your phone?
Yeah, for the phone. They're not all that. They're
I don't know. I got a picture of one. See his face?
Well, yeah, they kind of work, but you don't get the true definition and everything like that. You just kind of get a.
What's the range on those, Kristen?
To be honest with you, this was probably about 20 yards from us when I did a video and took pictures of it, because I saw something peeking out from the tree and I said, "I got your ass now." True. See him?
Yeah, I see it.
You can see his eye socket, his head, and his face.
Yeah, definitely something peeking around a tree there.
Yeah, you see that?
Yep.
Bam.
Yeah.
How much did that cost, if you don't mind me asking?
It was like $2.99.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, you put it on top like where you plug your phone in at.
Right.
And then you can use different colors and stuff. It doesn't have to be the red and yellow.
Right.
So
it's got black, it's got white hot, black hot.
Yeah, it's got like several of them, like 10 different ones on
red
there.
Hot. Yeah.
Real high contrast.
Yeah, you see it didn't pick up body heat though. That's the thing. When I was going with the camera like this, that's when I seen him poking around the tree. I said, "Oh, there's something out there," because when we heard him walk around. This was in central Louisiana. This is the one that probably followed us back to the camp. That was causing with the infrasound. I was fixing to tell you when you was talking about the infrasound, that woo, 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 that unwanted feeling, like dread, like bleh, I think that was him. Not sure.
Could have been though.
Sure. Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got the FLIR, the FLIR Scout I got from Lewis, and I've got a Bushnell night vision, and
is that the monocular one?
The monocular one,
yeah. It's really good though. It's really good.
I think I like those better because at least just covering up one eye, you can see where you're going with the other eye.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, but the thing I found with that is that sometimes it's best not to see what you're trying to find.
Yeah,
especially at night
when you're out there, by yourself or something. You don't want to see a huge thing walking by. You're like, "Ooh, throw it down."
Yeah. I wish I didn't. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I do most of my stuff by myself.
I do too. But during the day.
Kenny goes with me a lot. My wife goes with me a lot. But sometimes I just go out by myself, and most of my videos are made by myself. Like I say, my wife tags along every once in a while, but I do most of my stuff by myself.
The best thing I get off of there is the voice recorder is the best thing I get my stuff off of. And the best thing to do is go out there and sit. Once you go look around for your footprints or whatever you look for, and just sit down for a while and just sit and have your lunch.
I have to sit down every now and then. My knees won't take it.
I'm going to be there too pretty soon.
I'm old. I got to take breaks every now and then.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
A chair backpack.
It's since January, I haven't been out videoing, out in the woods and everything. And I've just been sitting around the house and bored eating. So now I'm out of shape.
Yeah, I know.
I've been trying to walk a mile every day. When I get back out in the woods.
I think that's the same story with 85% of the population right now. You know what I mean?
The snowstorm hit down there. We couldn't do nothing.
Right.
And then my granddaughter's cheerleading competition comes along. I can't go that weekend. And like this weekend, my son's wedding anniversary, so we got to watch the kids. So I can't go out this weekend. So
maybe get more activity anyway when you're sitting down anyway out there, because they come right to you. You can't catch them. You can't find them if you go running around. You just sit there and wait for them.
Yeah.
Well, what I think about it is look how many sightings there's of people walking down the trail and one walks across in front of them.
That's true, yeah. But they're not really looking for them. They're just hiking.
But that's the way I put it. That's the way I act. I act like I'm out hiking.
Yeah.
I'll be out there singing or whatever. And I've got a contest coming up too about a song I sang in one of my videos, and I might give somebody a t-shirt.
I just bring me a big roll of toilet paper. Once I see one, at least I clean myself.
Yeah, Lewis has got to keep a couple of extra pair of Huggies in his backpack.
That's right. I'm a big kid now.
That's one thing I've learned from my group is a lot about humans, a lot about the human psyche, and how they are when they're out in areas like this. Unless you're a hunter or something like that, you know what I mean? But the general population is absolutely oblivious to what's going on around them.
Yeah.
They're not attentive to what's going on around them at any given time. They're just focused straight ahead. And if you don't move or make noise, humans don't see you.
Nope.
Look at that.
What's that? Oh, that looks like a face
out of the trees.
I can't hardly see with glasses on.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, I see it.
What you're talking about, yeah.
Looks like it's looking that way. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was in Mississippi.
Dang.
I'm gonna be down in the land of Christie pretty soon. Louisiana. I'm going there as soon as I can get away from the grandkids. Sabine Parish, Louisiana.
Sabine?
Yeah, Sabine Parish.
Yeah, that's where the Sabine thing is. That's where I told you earlier. Mike Woolley had his encounter. No. Somebody told me about an encounter down there. I'm going to go down there and look at it. I don't know if you can see that one.
I can't really see that. I ain't got my glasses on anyway.
That one's kind of blurry.
You see me putting my eyes trying to look at it.
No cowboy hat, no glasses.
You were off your game today.
I know.
Hey,
there you
go.
But the reason I do that is because if I wear them like this, I look like Mark Newble from Sawdust Beast with look like I got Roblox out.
Yeah. That's what I have too. Same thing. You don't see my eyes. I go like this. Yeah, there you go. Just like that. You look like Santa with that when you do that. When you do that, you look just like Santa. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy right there. That looks like a dog man. That way it looks.
I don't know.
That's scary looking. Yeah,
I like
don't
that
know
one.
about that one. Yeah.
I see Moses is watching. Hi,
I didn't
Moses.
even want to see the one that was at mine. I didn't. Man.
Yeah, here's the original picture, the one that you said looks like a dog man. That's my original picture.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh,
too.
wow, that's creepy. Wow.
It looks like he's like this. You know, with his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy, man.
Yeah, it was creeping up on you.
Yep.
You know, doing that whole little slow moving.
Man. You
You
imagine?
got shot too.
Yeah. Imagine turning around and that.
No.
I don't know if you could see
And
this.
I've got
one. He's got blue eyes.
I
If you look right there, he's got 2 blue eyes. It's right behind the stick.
Yeah, see that? Yep.
oh, yeah.
Looks like a little Chewbacca. A little Ewok. Yeah, I got some several pictures here.
You know, I mean, a lot of people dismiss pictures like that, but that's only because they don't understand how they operate. You know what I mean? How they function. You know,
Well, they weren't there. They didn't know the setting of everything and what's happening, the activity.
It's pareidolia.
Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Okay.
right, and you know, I mean, when you start getting into like physics and stuff like that, you start to learn that everything has a vibration. The metal that this is made out of has a vibration.
I thought that was heavy metal.
Wood has vibration. Everything has a certain frequency and a vibration. You know what I mean?
That's a baby right there. You see him?
Looks like a baby, yeah. Laying like that.
Yeah.
And they just happen to vibrate at a higher frequency to a point to where we can't see it with our own eyes, but the camera can kind of pick it up in a blurry sense, you know, in a blurry fashion. So
that's not Bama's Bigfoot pics, Tom Paul. It's mine. That's the one I saw, and you could see his face really good. He's the one I saw in Arkansas.
He has a white face?
Red.
Oh, it's red.
yeah, like me.
Hey.
All right, Christy. I gotta confess, I flew out to Mississippi and I hit.
No, that was in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
That was me.
Same thing.
I've been so many places in the United States. I can't keep track anymore. But you got a picture of me.
He was at Miss Arkansas. Mississippi, Arkansas.
It's not his. It's mine.
Yes, those are all Christy's personal pictures from her very own experiences and encounters. Aside from life getting the better of you and having all of these wonderful functions to go do and stuff like that, what could we expect from your next video?
Well, it's hard to say, but I'm going to go down to Sabine Parish. That's a for certain. But a friend of mine's friend was bass fishing down Lake Fairfield here in Texas, and they were, you know, how bass fishermen always cast back to the bank, and bank fishermen always cast out to the water. But anyway, they were coming around. They were way back in I think it was the north side of the lake, I'm going to say. I'm not for sure because I haven't really talked to him. My friend told me about it. And where there's no camping, it's just, you know, the wildlife part of the park. There's no camping back in there. And he said that they come up on something. And this guy doesn't believe in Bigfoot. Matter of fact, he gives me a hard time all the time, you know, all this BS about it. And he told me, or Kenny told me, my buddy that I go out with, told me that they seen something really big and really hairy about 10 feet up in a tree. And it never moved. And they kept on fishing. They left and they came back later, and whatever that was big and hairy. It was gone.
Damn.
And
Kevin flew home.
That's one of the tactics I've learned from my the group I go visit. If you don't move, they don't see you. You know what I mean? And that's one of their tactics is stay still, don't make noise. They won't see you.
And
you know, but these are outdoorsmen. They're trained to pay attention to their surroundings, and they saw it. So they had the thought enough to go back and look. Which is awesome.
And now he tells me that he said, "Oh well, Bigfoot may exist."
He's all he's all backpedaling.
He's all
maybe it's real.
Maybe.
I want to say this too. People tell me that I shouldn't tell where I'm going to look for a Bigfoot, but to me, this is not a competition. I'm not in competition with anybody. If anybody wants to go down, I'm telling you where I'm going. There you go. Like I said, I want to share with everybody. If I can't see a Bigfoot, I want you to see a Bigfoot. I want you to see a Bigfoot. I want Chris to see a Bigfoot. That's the way I feel about it. It's not competition for me.
No, that's where we're at with this podcast is we're not in competition. We want to get the information out. We want to get the stories out. And we'll get a lot farther in all of this if we just work together. Instead of saying, oh, well, I know this and I know that and I've got this and I've got that and stuff like that and keep it to yourself. Well, that's not gonna further anything. You know what I mean? So just work, we're all in this together. Work together, bring it all together, get it done. We're one big giant team, Yeah. So there's no point in being in competition. It ain't gonna get nowhere.
Like I said, if I can't, I want to see one. But if I can't and you can, and you share a picture of them, I'm like, wow, man. I might be upset, like, oh man, why didn't I see him when I was down there?
But
I'm still waiting for my first Class A sighting.
One thing I've noticed is this is
there's
just
two
my
different
personal.
Confused.
There's keys right there. That's got to be about it.
He's saying you're talking about two different sightings in the same. He's saying
you're confused.
Confused.
Well, that's the way he told me about it. So.
Okay.
Well, that's the way I took it. But if I can get his buddy to tell me about it, I'm going to go interview him and then go down.
There you go.
And then he'll have the. I told him, I said, if he wanted me to, I'd blur his face so nobody'd notice him because he thinks we're all crazy.
All right.
Yeah, I get that a lot, man. But
if you think about the amount of people across the United States and Canada who claim to see one crossing a road or peeking around a tree or something like that, you know what? We can't all be crazy.
Oh, Kenny says it was looking at him from beside the tree.
Yeah, beside the tree. Yeah. Yeah, you were close.
They could have been sitting on the tree.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of stories out there saying, it was up in a tree. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I believe, I'm sure a lot of people out there have heard of Claudia Ackley and her sighting. They went. One person went back and did a very in-depth investigation and looked at it, and that thing was actually standing on a tree limb where she got it. So it was there was another, I think they said 17 feet
that was Alaska,
of tree
right?
below that tree limb where it was standing. Alaska? Claudia Ackley? No,
there was one in Alaska. The same thing on Alaska too.
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, they will utilize trees for better vantage points, just like hunters use trees for deer stands and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I believe the juveniles playing them, so it could be that. The weird lizard man story I told you about was in a tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I remember now. I'm old. I can't remember stuff.
That's all right.
I remember where your boat trailer was today, though.
That we remember.
No, his boat broke down today while he was fishing, and I had to go get his boat trailer at the boat dock, unhook it from his trailer, and take it all the way back to pick up his boat. Back. And while I was unhooking his trailer from his truck at the boat dock, I think somebody was calling the cops on me, thinking I was stealing a boat trailer from somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Yeah, because you're on hitching it and putting it on yours.
Yeah. And
Oh, no.
I pulled the hitch out and everything, little pin in the hitch, I just pulled it out and rolled it back and hooked it up to my truck and took it out.
Oh no. I can see how somebody off in the distance who doesn't know that you know that person could get that sense, but
and it was so easy. It was so easy to do. It took me about maybe 10 minutes to get in and out of there.
that's it.
There could be a block of being trailer stolen up there.
Right.
You always get that pin on your hitch to lock. Because all I did was pull that little cotter pin out of there and pull the pin out. Hitch and all came out, stuck it right back into my truck.
Right. Right. But at the same time, it's good to know that there's people out there still that aren't going to turn their back on something like that, and that will call the authorities and stuff like that and be like, hey, I think someone might be stealing a boat over here. So it's good to know this, it still gives me faith in humanity. So
you see that?
Sure,
Your family? Yeah.
Does my family support me?
I think the laugh says it all.
My wife and my granddaughter does.
That's
The
good.
rest of them think I've lost my mind.
Well, again, until they have their own experience, you just got to let it roll. You know what I mean? So
And Kenny, I gotta say, right there it says Kenny did offer to buy me dinner for all that, but that's a friend thing. I did it for a friend. He don't owe me nothing.
right,
That's cool. Right on.
right.
But I'll take the dinner.
What about me Mexican food too? And I usually don't turn down Mexican food for anything.
Oh man, not kidding.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to get into some physics here and start to understand
I'll be sitting over in the corner until you get
vibration and sound work.
Yeah. Ding,
If you go on my playlist, there's actually a video on there that actually a person did an experiment where they played different tones on a plate full of sand, and every different tone that they played made a completely perfect different pattern. And it's been scientifically proven that everything vibrates at everything has its own resonance. Everything vibrates at a certain tone. Everything does. We vibrate at a very low tone. They vibrate at such a higher tone that we can't see them. So you need to get into the physics, you need to get into the resonance and do your own research. But there is a video in my playlist that will show you how resonance will create patterns from sound. It's very interesting. So it's very, it gets deep. It gets deep. But once you start to realize that everything vibrates, everything has a pattern, the wood, the metal, the glass, everything around us has a frequency. And if you can match that frequency, you're good. You know what I mean? But
That lost me.
oh yeah. It like I said, it gets deep. It gets real deep. And I think the vibration and the resonance has a lot to do with what we call blob squatch. It just looks like a blurry thing. That's because of their higher vibration. We don't physically see it with our eyes, but the camera will pick it up as a vibrational blob. because
You see what Larry says down there? You see what Larry says down there on the bottom?
Will vibrate different. That's right. That's right. No, that's great. That is great. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to see what you got coming up next time you're able to get out.
Man, I can't wait, man. Like I say, but family first. I take care of family first, and then Mother Nature wasn't good to me, so.
Right. There's a lot of factors at play.
I was used to going out 2-3 times, maybe 4 times a month camping. And in the last 2 months, I haven't been out.
Man.
So I'm getting like the DTs,
Right. Getting a little cabin fever or something like that,
Yeah.
Well, I would say, you can go down to our group, but you're already a member of our group, so.
Yes, and if you're not a member of our group, become a member of the group, and if you're a member of the group, make sure you tell everyone else that there is a podcast that we do every Sunday night at 5:00.
Yeah, that's right.
If you've seen, I made a video 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and mostly it's about shout outs to every show that I've been on. So y'all will be on my
Yes. Go check out Joe Pass, the Squatchin Cowboy.
I'll put it in the description, and also I'll give you an open thing to post on the group, so you don't have to always get, okay to post since you've been on the podcast,
Yeah.
So.
Yes, Joe Pass, the Squatchin. Woohoo!
He doesn't have his woohoo on, but
you know what? It's kind of funny that you call yourself the Squatchin Cowboy, because I've always had this dream. Well, we'll call it a dream of proving that Bigfoot exists by putting a saddle on one and riding it down Main Street in the middle of a city. And I want that to be you. You deserve that.
Oops, he disappeared.
He's gonna go get his cowboy hat, so we know it's.
Going to get his hat.
There he is. Where's your lasso now?
Yeah.
I got the wife tied up back there.
So that's what we want from you. We want you to toss a saddle on a Sasquatch and ride his butt on through town to prove that he exists.
Well, if I ever
Squatchin Cowboy.
If I ever catch one, I will.
I know.
I don't want to catch one. I just want to see one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll trade you places then. I don't want
I didn't say that it would verify Bigfoot. I just said that it was verified that everything vibrates at a frequency and a resonance. And those resonances make patterns. And that's how they operate. So.
Look what your friend said. Don't call him cowboy until you see him ride.
I used to ride bulls all the time and horse. I've had horses my life, so for about 4 or 5 years of my life, I was rodeo guy.
That's right.
I did some rodeos too. My godparents they had like several different horses. We used to go to the rodeos and used to do barrel runs.
I'm a rodeo rider too, but it's just mainly in the bedroom.
What in the world?
Sorry, Lewis. Impressionable ears.
Look, that's not what the bull said.
Well, listen, I never said I rode one out. I've only won my money back one time. And I rode bulls for about 4 or 5 years, and finally I figured out that there's got to be a better way to impress the girls than this. Being chased by a 1,500-pound bull is not very fun.
No. No.
You know what's cool that we have down here in Louisiana? We got Angola, the prison. They usually have the rodeos at the prison. That's pretty cool to see that.
And don't they have they got the poker game?
Yeah, they sit out in the middle of the arena and they playing poker and they got this bull just coming around and tearing. They had one inmate, he grabbed him and flung him like 15 feet in the air and he got there and he got up and started running. The bull was chasing him. Yeah, that was cool.
What's the reward? It's the last one sitting wins something.
Yeah. They wouldn't mind.
There's another one. There's another one where they lay down and they have to work their way around a barrel and then come back. And every time the bull looks at them, they all lay down and be still. And the bull's like,
good to go.
Yeah, like somebody move. I'm gonna run into you. That's crazy.
Giddy up, cowboy.
All right.
Awesome.
I love horseback riding. That's fun. Like when you do trail rides, we used to go on trail rides all the time.
Me too.
Not me. I won't get on a horse.
Go try riding a horse for about 8 hours in a row.
Ooh, your legs would be hurt.
I will not get on
A lot
a
of
horse.
taping going on.
Not just your legs hurt.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I learned to adapt. When you're riding, you don't fully sit on a saddle. You keep yourself hoisted up a little bit. My friend who had a Appaloosa, his name was Renegade. He was an awesome horse. He was little bitty. He always get one of the people, and I had to pull the reins back because he was going ahead of the crew of people, and they had a creek. And my friend says, Christy, you got to hold on to him. He jumps over the creek. So he does not go through the water. I'm like, why? He said, he's just crazy like that. So when we got up to the creek, he jumped over. I almost fell off the damn saddle. I'm like,
Yeah, I won't ride a horse. I won't get on one because they have a brain of their own. If they don't want to do something, they won't do it. And if they want to do something, they're going to do it, whether you tell them to or not. Never ridden a horse.
Ride a cowboy.
I don't think so. He said, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Whoa!
I was trying, Kevin. You know.
Hey, you did it.
See how this cherry does my hat?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go get mine. I got one too. Hold on. I got a Stetson. Is that a Stetson?
It's Resistol.
Oh, okay. Mine's a Stetson. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Pat was married to a jockey. My daughter's grandfather was a jockey down here in Louisiana, and her husband knew my daughter's grandfather.
That's cool.
I'm sorry I had to throw that one in. That'd be a jackass. Wait, hold on.
Dang it, Ralph.
Let me go get my hat.
That's funny. That is funny.
Ruth was the mule on Gunsmoke.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I've had this hat here for 11 years, 12 years. It's just not getting broken.
I went to a Tim McGraw concert and I got one like that too.
Well, you didn't go to a country concert then, did you?
I don't know. It was at a rodeo place. I know.
I'm just messing with you, man.
That's that new school country.
It's the best I ever had.
Pop country. Pop country.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the new.
You got to get down to George Strait and Gary Stewart.
Oh, yeah. I've heard all of them. Yeah.
Well, I like me some Waylon Jennings.
Yes, sir. Texas
Waylon
boy.
Jennings.
Texas boy.
All right.
Yeah, I seen
Good
that.
old
Yeah.
Waylon.
Yeah, Lily Gypsy Child is from there too. Texas.
All right. Yeah, Texas. Yep.
Yep. She's in Texas. Guess
I'm
we're
trying to-
Central
Don't mess
Florida.
with Texas, man.
Hey, there she is.
Hey,
Not, I'm about to ask you to put her headphones
you
on.
can't put it on. Can't put that hat on with them with the things on.
Well, all right. You need to get some curl up on them sides because it's looking more like an Amish hat.
There you go.
Yeah, you need to put some curl up on them sides right there.
Perfect.
Looks like you should be riding a horse and buggy.
Hey,
you know?
they make good pie.
No offense to the Amish. I think they're great
Fantastic.
people.
Oh, yeah, you'll probably hear something about that now.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
there we
So
go.
you
Get
can hold
some
the taco.
curl
You
up
can hold
there.
the taco.
Yeah.
That's where you hold the
right.
taco.
Yep.
No, taco hats are like that.
Yeah, there you go. The taco. burrito holders.
Yeah. Pop one in each side out in the sun and they're cooking. By the
Yeah.
time it's lunchtime, man, just pop one out, eat it. All nice and warm. Get yourself a hot lunch. You
Taco
know?
hats and roach killer boots.
Right.
Roach clears are the ones that are real pointed. To kill the roach in
Nice.
the corner of your house.
Yeah. Or the Haas hats, the big old dome.
Somebody now is going to say something to me now that they're going to say something to me on Facebook or on my video. I tell you, people tell me all the time on my videos, where's the timestamp of the Bigfoot? I try to tell people you're not going to see a Bigfoot every time you go out. You know?
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
And I wouldn't tell you where the timestamp was either until you watch the whole video. You just go right there and do that and turn the video off.
That's true. Yep.
That's right. That's right. You know?
Watch the video. You'll find it.
And the people tell me about, oh, you're just in this for the money. I'm not making any money.
We don't do this for the money. You know, I mean, like you said earlier in the show, it costs money to go out. I mean, you're 5 hours away from where you go. I'm literally like 30-minute drive, and it still costs me about $50 every weekend.
You talk about gas, food, equipment,
Coffee.
Yeah.
Gotta have coffee.
Yeah.
Yep. On your way back, you have lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't even get that luxury.
What?
I don't even get that luxury.
I know we ate a big breakfast when we went down there.
The last time I had lunch after squatching was when you came up, Lewis.
Well, and breakfast.
That was it.
Big
Breakfast. Yeah. That was the only time I've ever. Yeah, I just go straight home. I don't get that luxury of lunch until I get home. Open the fridge. So, Joe, it has been an awesome time talking to you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Wonderful.
Coming on.
And
you're gonna have to come back on anyway. Again.
Everybody hit that thumbs up button down there because it helps.
Yeah, and everybody go check out Joe's channel, Squatchin Cowboy.
Yeah.
Check out it and make sure you.
I'm not like Mogs. I do wear pants.
Yeah. Everyone go check out Joe's channel, Squatchin Cowboy. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on every video you watch.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button. That's right. And we can't say
help us out.
Can't wait to see what you got coming up next, man. Out of that 3,000 plus acres you've got.
Well,
access
y'all,
to.
Everybody, just be patient. I'll get back out there soon.
That's right. That's right. I know the weather's been pretty crazy lately. And
yeah, one week we had 78-degree temperatures, sunshine, it's hot. I walk around in shorts. The next week it rained all freaking week.
I know.
And the next week it's snowing. It's right back to 70-degree temps, so.
She says, keep my bushes on.
Yes, that is good advice.
Look what Moog said. Why bother? Y'all are funny.
Mogs, you need to take that you need to get out and go do some videos too, man. You need to
Yeah, you need to get out there.
And then you got to come on our show here and tell us all
That's
about
right. That's right.
When he moves to Florida, he's going to come through Texas. I've been trying to, give him stop him. We hook up and make a video or something. But
yeah, hook up, wear shorts, wear your shorts together, and get out there.
Before he leaves, he needs to go check out the Mogollon Rim.
I'd be gone out there.
I think he's already been up there. I'm not sure, but I think he's already been up in that way.
I got a Bronzini Bigfoot stopped out there, and he found stuff everywhere. It was insane the amount of stuff he found. It was pretty impressive. So,
got a question, Kevin.
Do you have one video of Sasquatch? Actually, I have a video that shows 2 Sasquatch.
Yeah,
it's called something. It's called, well, the one that's definite is something growled at me. And I'm not going to tell you where they are, but there's 2. You got Fletch and you got Big Feller in the same video. No cuts, no edits, no nothing. So that's actually how I found my area.
That's
While you're there, subscribe.
Big Fella.
What's that?
That seems like it'd be a good movie, Fletch and Big Fella.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Fletch and Big Feller. That's right.
That would be a good movie.
So awesome. Thanks, Joe, for coming on the show.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having me.
And we can't wait to hear from you again and have you on the show, and we'll do this again for sure.
I want to thank everybody in the chat room too.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you to everybody in the chat.
Kenny. Except Kenny. I don't want to thank Kenny for coming on. And now that I think about it, I'm going to take him up with that Mexican food dinner.
There you go.
That's
There
right.
you go, Kenny. Bust out the wallet. We got dinner today.
And we're not talking enchiladas. We're talking,
The full plate.
Kahuna.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And margaritas.
That's right.
That's margaritas in there.
Yeah,
And
you want high
margaritas.
dollar salt on the rim.
A
High
large,
dollar.
a large bowl of guacamole.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, everybody. Joe's making me hungry. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Texas
guys.
barbecue.
Thanks for
Don't blame the Bigfoot.
Oh, you put him in the background?
Yeah, he's he left.
No, he's
leaving.
not. He's in the background. He's still here.
Is he?
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, he's like going, okay, see you later.
jazz hands.
Hand hands.
Jazz hands.
That's my
Spirit fingers.
Oh, boy.
Which show was that off of? I can't remember. Spirit. Oh, the cheerleader.
Not a
What's
movie
that,
I'd watch.
What was that? I saw that too. I saw that movie too. I remember seeing that.
Spirit fingers. Something. Bring it on.
Yeah.
I
Is that the one that says superstar? That girl?
Yeah,
She-
superstar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
superstar. And she made out with a tree or something.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Wow.
That's weird. That's weird.
Okay. All right. I think that's a good place to cut this off.
All right.
Making out with trees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, having talking rocks.
Yeah. Rocks.
Yeah.
making out with trees reminds me of Chick Feed from Sawdust Beast. Shelly.
Oh.
Have y'all seen
All
that?
right. Thanks, Joe, for coming on. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
Yeah, thank you.
And
See y'all Wednesday.
yes, we have
Yeah, we're gonna have a special on Wednesday.
a special podcast on Wednesday. So
At 5 o'clock.
right, the person that is behind that monster right there turns out not such a monster at the end.
Nope.
He's the equalizer.
If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie. Exists.
I've seen it before.
Because
Exist is good.
we are going to have the writer James Nash on the podcast.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible movie.
Got wood.
I would.
And with that, we'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Much
All right.
love, peace, and
Bye.
blessings to everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Don't blame the Bigfoot.
What, Kevin? Oh, there you go. All right. Now we're out.